What's going on, everybody? Man, Eric Wilson here for the Sports Arena on a Wednesday night. And before we get started, I just wanted to make sure I let everybody know we were slated to have Sean Merriman, on the show tonight to discuss his Lights On Foundation. However, as we all know, in this world of media and entertainment, business meetings come up, things happen. So he will not be joining us tonight, but we will have him on in the very near future. We are coordinating with his publicist to get that done. So stay tuned for that to happen. But just wanted to let y'all know that he will not be joining us tonight. With that being said, we still got a jam-packed show. Let me get the entire crew in here. As always, first, our Queen of Hoop, 806 Sports, and the sip off our girl, Miss Megan Price. What's up, Megan?
How you doing?
I'm good. Of course, we got my man, Say It Again. Great show last night, my brother Tyree. What's up, man? How are you?
Yes, sir. Thank you. How you doing?
I'm well.
Yes. Snap, I see you with the shirt. I got my sports arena. I don't know if you can see it.
I'm gonna put it on in a minute. Yeah, I gotta rep my Say It Again hat, man. And then, as always, we got our brother Fox Sports 1340 AM, Mr. John Shears in the building. What's going on, John?
Hey, I'm excited for the WNBA. Megan, when does that start? I was trying to find the start, for the...
It usually starts mid-May, so I don't think they've released an exact date, but we should know probably like March.
Okay. I was just reading that they might go to a 36-game schedule, the most they've ever done.
Well, next season
which
also
is interesting.
Is another, they're going to have another schedule like they did this year where they're going to have a month break because they have the FIBA championship down, or the FIBA Cup down. It's going to be in Sydney this year.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay. So they're going to have another break in between. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's
we
nice
will see
to know.
how that goes. Yeah. But Sideline Sports Arena, Sip Ball, Say It Again. Definitely going to be hitting up WNBA when they start. You know what? Let's jump right in because we've got a lot to talk about as always. And I'm sure at some point, sometime, either that or he'll just text me and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot, because he's probably working. Mike Carrottenuto in the building. But can we talk about Aaron Rodgers for a moment? And y'all, I'm telling you right now, I'm bothered. I'm disgusted by this. I'm not happy by it. He has not been suspended. This man was fined $14,000 and change for basically lying. And the organization got fined $300,000 for this. He was personally fined $14,000, I think $650. And I'm like, really? Meanwhile, a guy who I like, even though he plays on the wrong team, Amari Cooper,
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. Sorry, yeah. I don't like Amari Cooper either, but CeeDee Lamb was fined $20,000 for not having his jersey tucked in. I mean, listen, I said it in the chat, and I'm gonna say it right now. That is the epitome of white privilege. That's what it is.
So can I ask a question about the jersey?
Please.
Because the reason why I say this is I'm not disagreeing with you, Eric, but has he ever been in trouble about the jersey before?
Yes.
I see CeeDee Lamb do it all the time.
This is his second time being fined for the jersey. He's had two other fines also this season, like real small fines for something similar.
I see players do it all the time, though. Zeke does it.
But I mean,
not during the game. Zeke, he has it pulled on during the game.
It's a lot of little dumb stuff. Like, I call it dumb, but it's a lot of little dumb stuff you can get fined for when it comes to uniforms. The socks, your pants not going below your knees, which I think is crazy. Wearing it's just a lot of stuff we don't see. That I just asked because I know sometimes when it's repetitive, it goes up. I think that's ridiculous. $20,000 for that, and then $14,000 for that. I mean, I agree with you, Eric. I was just asking that question.
Yeah, when I used to play football, I only had it right to the top of my kneecaps. As far as I didn't like it going past the knees. So, yeah, I understand that if players don't want it to go past the knees. But that's just
talking about their pants, right?
Yeah. I only like it to go.
A lot of guys haven't pulled up. They haven't pulled up above their knees. Like some of them do it on purpose. And that's a safety issue, I guess, for your knee, which that pad doesn't do.
It doesn't. It doesn't. If somebody hits you and hyperextends that knee, that pad ain't gonna save that.
So technically, they were both fine. Lazard and Rogers were fined for attending the Halloween party. If you're unvaccinated in the league, you can't attend any gathering that has more than 3 people in it. And then they were also issued a warning about not wearing their masks. They were only found to have been in the facility without their masks here and there, not a lot. And then obviously not at the press conferences. And then Green Bay was fined $300,000 for not enforcing that. Go ahead.
But we've seen, but not to interrupt you, but we've seen how many times Aaron Rodgers been walking around without a mask on. How many times have we seen that this year? We've seen that a lot. Yeah. It's not just one time. And then the NFL has the audacity to send something out reiterating these rules like you're trying to send a message. If you're really trying to send a message, then you start suspending people. Start taking away their game checks. That's where it hurts. Not $10,000 or $14,000 fines. That does nothing to somebody that makes $35 million or whatever a year. That does nothing. But if you start taking away game checks, they start listening because you divide a game check, divide our $35 million by 17, and then you take away 1 game apiece. Then they start listening. You start taking away games, and it hurts their teams in the standings. Then they listen. They don't listen to $14,000 fines when they make 35.
That's about pointless to me, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
No, Mike. What's up, man? How are you?
Sorry, man. Running late.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We're just talking about the whole.
So, John, what did you do? Tell Sean Merriman you're a Dolphins fan and he ran away?
Yeah.
Real quick, I got a great story. I interviewed him because he was partnering up with NASCAR. But the first time I ever met him, Eric, you know the story. I snuck into Matt Leinart's Super Bowl party. I probably shouldn't be admitting this on your show, but it's years ago. Statute of limitations is gone. I walked in through the back door of a restaurant, Eric, and it wasn't like the gate wasn't locked, the patio gate. And I'm looking at these items to bid on, and it was an Al Pacino signed Scarface.
Wow.
Like poster, and it had and he's shooting the machine gun, and all of a sudden, I'm just looking at it, and I hear this voice over my shoulder, like, "Oh man, come on!" And I didn't see the names. I was just looking at what people bid because it was a silent auction, obviously. And he's like, "Oh, come on, you're not going to make me pay more, are you?" And I look over my shoulder, and it's Sean Merriman. Not that he'd remember that, but I'm like, "Yeah, believe me, I saw what they were bidding, and I'm like, you don't have to worry about me, man. I'm good."
That's crazy. But yeah, we're just discussing the whole fact that Aaron Rodgers basically got a slap on the wrist for this.
I don't think he should have.
He got less of a fine than CeeDee Lamb.
Yes.
I don't think he should have been suspended at all. You know why? Because he told the NFL exactly what he thought. They were completely aware of this. The people that should be held accountable is not Aaron Rodgers, because he told them. He gave them a 500-page report about how he felt about it and why he wasn't going to do that. So the NFL knew from the very beginning that he was not vaccinated. So I knew when that came out that he wasn't going to be suspended. And honestly, should he be suspended when he already told them that?
Yes.
Yeah, he should.
Yes.
They knew.
But what about coaches and players and trainers?
They allowed it until he tested positive. Who's at fault? The NFL, because they didn't hold anybody. They didn't hold anybody accountable.
Aaron Rodgers is at fault because he lied. The Green Bay Packers are
they
at fault
knew
because they
allowed
NFL. Him. They allowed Megan. That 500-page report didn't come out till after he got caught. Why didn't you bring us the 500?
No, he gave it to him beforehand.
And what about all the people that he came in contact with that had no idea? The trainers, coaches.
I'm not saying it's right, but the NFL knew. I'm just saying they knew. They knew. So if they had such a problem of it, why did they allow him into the facility?
Because he's Aaron Rodgers.
I'm with Megan on this, but guys, here's the thing. And Eric, when I read your thing about when I saw the fine, here's the thing. Everything with COVID and everything basically with, uniform fines, even though it comes from the NFL, it has to be, even though they're not as strong as Major League Baseball, we know, it has to be approved by the union. So yes, I'm with you on it's a weak fine, but this is what came to agreeance. The NFL can't just say, "Oh, we're going to fine you $100,000." There's no way players are going to be like, "Screw you." So it has to be agreed on. And I've said this a million times. The uniform thing is crazy when guys are, getting fined $20,000, $25,000 for shoes, shirts. But the good news about that, at least it all goes to charity. So, I mean, NFL is a nonprofit, so it all goes to charity. What I will say, Well, no, all the fines go to charity.
I mean, that's what they say, man. But I like to see a detailed report of where the money actually.
Okay.
goes.
Thank you. I want to. Yes, thank you.
Those
Ty.
emails
I
are
want a 500
disappearing
page
like the
report
rest of them.
where that money's going.
Ty,
That's what
I
I
do
want. A
too.
500-page report.
I want to see it too, Ty. But I'm saying that. I mean, look, and we all know with taxes and accountants, there's ways around it, but they literally have to show like zero because they're a 501c3. They have to show zero at the end of every year. I get what you guys are. I'm just saying they are supposed to all go to charities, different charities, not the same.
Yeah,
one,
I got a question
but
for
with
Eric.
Aaron Rodgers. But with Aaron Rodgers, real quick, let me say, like, the whole lying thing, and this is like, I forgot who we were talking about last year, Eric, and it wasn't Rodgers, but they lied to the media. So if nobody had a follow-up and nobody did any digging or searching, he's not on a grand jury. Am I appreciative that people are mad that he lied to the media? You're not under oath. Like, if you want to lie to the media all the time, go ahead. But at the same time, like, people need to start asking follow-ups. And there was a lot of questions, and I get it. I don't agree with anything he did because, Megan, I'm with you. I don't think he should be suspended, but it is completely irresponsible to go into a building in a facility knowing what they are. And considering how mad everybody was at Eric's best friend, Kirk Cousins, and Cole Beasley and Carson Wentz, but they all came out and said what they were, how they felt, and what they were doing, and we don't talk about them anymore. So Aaron Rodgers, like on Eric's smoking section, which I won't repeat the language, but Aaron Rodgers always wants to act like he's got an IQ higher than Einstein, and he doesn't. Like, he acts like he's a smart person. It's like, cool, you can use 25-cent words all day. I'm not saying you're not educated, but I don't care if you lie to the media. If I don't do my job as a reporter in that room and I don't follow up, because, yes, it was a play on words, and nobody followed up and nobody dug more. If they would have done it then. But, yeah, I mean, I can't stand Aaron Rodgers. Eric knows that. I love the guy's talent, but I mean, ever since the body language, none of it's surprising. But lying to the media is not a crime. Nobody else followed up.
So, Eric.
Yes, Ty.
Why do you seem to be surprised?
Because and this is what we talked about Monday night and again last night on Sideline Sports. How long have we taken that man at face value? Okay, but that man has never given us a reason to doubt his word, his character, or who he was. But
I'm not talking about that part. I'm not talking about that part. I'm saying what the NFL stance or what they've done. I don't know why it would surprise you, because they went through 500,000 emails. The Washington football team. The only person that got fired was John Gruden. So I mean, I don't understand why. And not to say what he did wasn't wrong. I'm just saying I don't. Nothing. I'm just being honest.
I understand what you're saying.
Nothing the NFL could do at this point would surprise me. Because of the track record of the things they've done.
You're absolutely right, Ty. For me, I looked at it like this. In 2021, and with everything that's been going down, my hope is that at some point the NFL would realize we have to take a solid stand on something, or we're going to continually fall for everything. And yes, you're absolutely right. This should not have surprised me that he only got $14,650. He has COVID. He potentially can come back and play this Sunday against the Seattle Seahawks. I am just upset about the fact that a man who I admired, I respected what he did on the field. I appreciated his durability and mental toughness, but you lied. You flat out lied. And I can't trust you anymore. So if you want to say it's a personal thing for me, I'll take it personally. I don't know Aaron Rodgers. I don't care to know him now, but I don't know him.
Yeah. But I mean, show me a man that doesn't lie.
But what he's saying is,
here's his ending
I'm not
quote.
saying he's right. I'm just saying, show me a man that don't lie.
He said his ending quote on this was, "In the end, I have to stay true to who I am and what I'm about. I stand by
you're doing a good
all
job
the
of
things
that.
I said." And so if he would have said that and said, "No, I'm not getting the vaccine," if he would have said that at the very beginning of all this, it would have been respectable. Like you said, Kirk Cousins, Beasley, they all said how they felt about it, and that's respectable. You came out, you said it, you acted like an adult, and you weren't misleading about it. That's what you chose to do. Was he a slime ball? Was he a slime ball for what he did? Yes, but the bottom line is the NFL knew the entire time.
But
the way he's listed, it shows he's unvaccinated. Everybody knew, except us.
Megan, they're not in the facility. So to Eric's point, and Ty, even your question, sorry, John, but even your question, it's on the Packers. And like Ty just said, tell me, man, doesn't lie. Are you really gonna as a team, are you going to self-report yourself? No, because Eric's right.
Take
Eric's right too,
accountability.
Ty, because
But
Aaron
it's
Rodgers.
accountability
Accountability,
as a
but everybody
man.
lies. I mean, maybe you shouldn't lie about something like that, but
Eric,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
agree.
but that's
Right.
You know-
that's the
But they're
thing
not going to report
is
themselves, and there's nobody from the NFL in every single building
And that needs
of
to
all
change,
the
Mike.
teams.
And
You
that
know who
needs to
I
does?
agree.
You know who does hold
Eric,
them
I'm not saying you're
accountable?
wrong.
The
Sorry, Megan, I'm not saying
WNBA,
you're
because
wrong.
99.9% of them are vaccinated at the All-Star game. So there,
Right,
it
but the one
can it can be done. It can be done.
Right, but the one thing Aaron Rodgers did say, and Beasley and Cousins and even Carson Wentz, the only thing I get on board with Aaron Rodgers saying is, yes, if he does have an allergy, I respect that, and if
but why
it's
not
your
say
body.
that right
So in other-
away?
Right, but,
Right,
oh, John,
right.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying from what he said later. I'm not saying he shouldn't have said it in the beginning. He chose not to. That's on him, and that's why I agree with Eric. I agree with Ty. I'm not shocked that he lied, but I look at it and I say, if you're not gonna, if you don't want to get it and it's your body, that's the one thing. Like, they know they can mandate their staffs and everybody in the NFL offices and coaching staffs. And I know we've had that discussion before. No need to rehash it, but you can't mandate players because it's never going to happen. So just say it's my body, it's my wish, and people that are total the whole political war field. Oh, this guy wants to endanger people. The Packers weren't going to self-report themselves, and again, but Eric, it does come down to accountability. I don't disagree with anything any of you were saying. I'm just saying when you take out each point of it, in the end, though, John, it is his body.
No,
Say it in
no,
the
no,
beginning
no.
or not,
And
it's still
and
his body.
we talked about this last week about how we respect if you do or don't want to get the
Right.
vaccine. We respect that.
Yep.
That's fine. However, you said about how he lied to the media. It's more than that. Think about since he had that conversation back in what was that, August or whatever.
Yep.
You think about
Right.
from August until he got COVID and everybody found this out. How many people did he come in contact with?
100%.
I'm not talking media. I'm talking about trainers, coaches, family members of players and coaches and all of that just think that this guy is vaccinated. So he's walking around without a mask, walking around without doing the proper protocols and all that stuff. And he's just walking around unvaccinated. And
Right,
all
but
these
John-
people are in contact with this guy. That's not fair to them is
right,
what
but
I'm
what
saying.
I've seen. No,
That's
They
not fair to
knew.
those people.
They
So
knew.
why do we
They knew.
why do we
They-
hold these why do we hold these guys to such a high standard? That's what I want to know.
Hold on, whoa. What do you mean?
No,
hold
no,
them to such a
I'm
high
asking
standard?
because it seems like everything they do surprises us, or
No,
we're
no.
shocked by everything they do.
No.
What's the
No.
difference? No, I'm just asking.
You're a
Eric, because
professional.
I got it.
I got that,
what
but
you're
what's the
saying.
difference between him walking around with no mask on and somebody going in Walmart or the mall and walking around with one on, and
Okay,
they're not vaccinated? We don't know if they are or if they aren't.
you're right.
Right.
You're absolutely right,
Right.
Ty. You are 1,000%.
But I'm just saying,
correct.
like we hold these guys like they have to be. And I'm not just talking about him. I'm not just talking about this situation. But it's like these guys have to be so perfect.
I'm not looking
Wait,
for
Ty, can I
Any
perfection.
answer
little
that?
mistake
I'm not
they
looking
make
for
or
perfection,
anything
Ty.
they do, we
When
blow
you're
it
on
out
that
of proportion.
pedestal
But
and in
Ty,
that
when you-
position, that's what you sign up for. That's what you
John,
sign up
yes,
for
dude,
is to
John.
be under a microscope. That's the life of a professional athlete. That's a life in this business. If you don't like it, don't do
I
it.
somewhat disagree, but because if I start digging in everybody's closet, I'm gonna find some skeletons.
Why
damn
you want to
sure
be
are.
a snitch,
Sure.
Ty?
I'm
It's
just
the way
saying,
this.
if I-
It's the way
if I
this
go-
bit.
No, I'm
It's the
just
way you
saying,
live this.
if I
It's the
go
way this
through-
life is in
I'm
this
just saying,
business.
if I go through everybody on this show's closet
Yep.
with a fine tooth comb, I'm going to
Yep.
find something. I know you're going
Yes,
to
you
find
are.
something.
You don't need a
You
fine
know
tooth
what?
comb
Hold
for
on.
me. Probably a wide
But you know
tooth
what the
comb.
difference
I'm
is,
just
Ty?
saying, but-
Hold on. Time out. You know what the difference is, Ty? Before you go through my closet, if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you. That's
Right.
the
It depends
difference.
on
right
what
there.
it is. Some stuff I'm from the hood. Some stuff I ain't gonna tell you.
No, see, Ty, there again. That's the
I'm gonna be like
difference
Shaggy. It
between.
wasn't me. I'm just saying.
Hey, but Ty, that's the difference
Okay,
between
Shaggy.
me and you. Okay, that's the difference. Before you go looking through my closet, and before you go fine tooth combing through my life, come ask me, and I'm gonna tell you. Because see, no, let me finish.
Go
Because
ahead,
I'm
go
not
ahead.
scared to admit my faults. I'm not scared
got you.
to admit my shortcomings. I'm not scared to admit my past. Okay. I have forgiven myself and the deeds that I have done previously to make myself who I am today. So I'm gonna tell you right in front of everybody and watching this show, and all four of you, before you come looking through my closet, come talk to me. Now, if
Because-
I lie to you, then guess what? That ruins my credibility with you. That ruins my character with you. That ruins who I am as a person with you. There's the
I
difference.
got you. I'm just saying. I just see some of these situations. I'm not just speaking on this situation.
Right.
I'm just saying I see some of these situations these guys go through, and I think about like, dang, some of the stuff they done did, it could have totally went a different way. For me, I'm just saying, I'm just speaking on my life experience.
It could have, but
some of
like I
this stuff could have
said,
went a different way because I'd have been in some of these very
and
same
it might-
situations. I'm not just saying this situation.
it might seem cruel, but that's the life that you live when you're a professional athlete, when you're a movie star, when you're a singer, whatever. That's the life that you live. Is that a lot? Your life is basically
John, you're-
no longer
John-
private. That's the way it goes.
No, but John, I would say they choose to have a public job, but it doesn't mean all their stuff has to be public. So I 50% agree with you, Ty. I agree with you when you say no, it's not. But to John's point, where he is a little more on the yellow brick road, there is that when you're Aaron Rodgers, and like Eric's saying, and you always talk like you're always in front of it, you're always coy, you're this, you're that. And again, I'm not saying because I have a vendetta against Aaron Rodgers. Eric knows I love him because he played football in the Pac-10, and of course, or Pac-12 now, and it's another Pac-12 quarterback that's better than 95% of SEC and Big 10 and Big 12 quarterbacks that come out. So that's fine. But that being said, like, you do sign up for it, but you don't sign up for it, John, because some people can be a movie star, want to have a private life. It doesn't mean that paparazzis take their pictures. The other side, though, Ty, is somebody like Aaron Rodgers is always out front of stuff, and I'm fine with that. But if you are always out front of stuff, Ty, you don't get to sit there and then tap dance and go backwards. That's what infuriates people.
Yeah, but
like I said, I'm just not mad about lying.
I'm just saying all the people that do
big
succeed are the
when they
ones
do
that are
stuff.
accountable.
I'm
But
just
you
saying
do,
they
they
don't
get
kill
fired.
these big CEOs and all the people that.
Yeah, they do. They get fired. Martha Stewart went to jail, Ty. I mean, come on.
She went to a
cooked in
soft jail. She had a
Man,
big
it doesn't
screen
matter. They
TV
had a
and
golf
everything.
course
She didn't
in
throw
jail.
anybody
Stop,
else.
man.
She
She
didn't
Stop,
throw
had a
man.
anybody
big
else
screen
under the
TV and
bus.
everything.
She didn't throw anybody else under the bus. She went and did her
She might
time,
have had
John.
nobody to throw
She was
under the
chilling with her
Exactly.
feet up with a big screen and
Hey,
everything every
John.
day. Come on.
And
John, was she in her home?
Look, if you
No.
call that a jail where you get a big screen and you get like lobster and
In the
everything,
golf
that ain't
course.
jail.
Come on, man.
Hey,
Come on. That ain't jail.
was she in her own bed?
No.
Thank you.
I'm sure she was in a nice bed in
And
that
she
cell.
also did how much time?
7
3 years.
months, I think. I want to say 7 months.
No. She got
I'm pretty
sentenced
sure.
I thought 3
She
years.
didn't do no
but I
3
don't-
years.
No,
How
she
many
didn't do- she
prisoners
didn't
get a
do no
big
3
screen
years.
TV in their cells? Or lobster?
All
Get
right.
out of here.
We're
She
way
didn't
off the
have
Come
point
no
on.
now.
lobster.
Come
Get
on.
outta
We
here.
going down to pigeonhole and we gonna let's everybody just come on out now. Come on out. This is what I'm saying, and we're gonna end it like this. Aaron Rodgers is accountable. The Green Bay Packers are accountable. The NFL is accountable.
Yeah.
And if this is all you're gonna do, is fine this man $14,650 for basically lying to the media, well then you need to start passing out $14,650 fines because there's a lot of liars in the NFL. That's all I'm gonna say.
True
You need to give
story.
the
Mike-
Vikings. You
Mike-
need to give Vikings coach a job back, right? Because he got fired for not getting a
Oh.
vaccine.
Good
Yeah.
Give his
point,
job
John.
back.
Good
Yeah.
point.
But he-
Good
Give
Yep.
those
He's a
point.
college
staff
coaches
member.
their jobs
No, he's a
back.
staff
Give all these
member.
people
He's-
their
No,
jobs
good point,
back.
though.
They're
It's a
state
good point,
John,
though.
they're state employees.
No,
John,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
They're state
Real
employees.
is real.
They're-
If you're
All
going to
right.
fire somebody for not getting vaccinated, why should this guy get
You
off
can't talk
when he
about
lied?
college coaches because college coaches are state employees, and if
I'm
and
just
if they're getting
saying.
millions of dollars. No, but you're
Mike.
okay. But that's
Mike,
a wrong statement.
I'm gonna use your own
Sorry.
2 words against you. Be
ahead.
consistent. Hold that
Absolutely.
thought. We're taking a commercial. We'll be right back.
Connecting your brain and body with interactive games and tests. Why is there no physical activity in today's health physical? Trazer is an holistic technology used to rehabilitate, prevent falls, and improve sport performance. Trazer reports provide you, your clinician, your physical therapist, or athletic trainer objective data to make decisions on your health and performance over time. Measure what matters to change your game. Take the Trazer Challenge. Confidence, growth, connected by Trazer.
Welcome back into the sports arena on a Wednesday night. I got the whole crew with me. Megan Price, 806 in the sip off. Tyree, say what, say it again. Fox Sports, 1340 AM. John Sheeran, Believe in the Pac-12. Mike Carrots. So Lady and gentlemen, let's move on to our next topic here tonight on the Sports Arena. OBJ, where's he going? Tyrell, where's he ending up?
Man, OBJ, I think honestly, as much as y'all just bash my man, I think the most likely choice for him, two things. You haven't really played on winning teams. I mean, granted, you was on the Browns, but I get it. You haven't really played with you got Eli Manning towards the end, Baker Mayfield. I think he's average at best. So I think you go with the best available quarterback with the least amount of weapons. Aaron Rodgers makes the most sense. You go there, the only person you really have to compete with will be Devontae Adams. I hear a lot of other choices like the Rams. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. You got Robert Woods. You got Cooper Kupp, who's leading the league in receiving right now. I don't – that doesn't make sense. The Saints would be very interesting to me if Jameis Winston did not get hurt. I don't know if I would go there because if you go there, is Trevor Siemian, right? Is Trevor Siemian better than Baker Mayfield? No. So even if your boy was there running around all over the place, he's not going to get you the ball, Taysom Hill. So I mean those will be the three likely choices for me. I heard somebody say the Bucks. That doesn't even make sense to me.
Oh no, Bruce.
Bruce already said he's not interested.
Yeah, so
Bruce
yeah, I mean,
Arians.
so those three teams, the Chiefs is one thing we talked about last night. That's pretty interesting. I just don't know. I mean, teams are still going to play you two safeties high. It's not but I mean, it would make it interesting. But if it was me, I would say Green Bay. But I mean, like Tyler just said, they offered him the vet minimum. How bad do you want to win? I think you go to Green Bay for the rest of the season, prove you still got something in the tank, and then next year you can write your check to wherever you want to go.
Yeah, and Bruce Arians has gone on record as saying they have AB, they're not going on OBJ. That's too many letters. So you keep it moving. Megan Price, where does he end up?
I agree. I think Green Bay is the most logical place, but he's just going to have to check his attitude about what he thinks he's worth, because obviously a lot of people don't feel like he's proved himself over there in Cleveland. He had 17 catches and 232 yards and 0 touchdowns this season in the 6 games that he played in. He had only 2 100-plus yard games in the 29 games that he played. So, I just don't see a whole lot of teams wanting to risk the drama for the amount of money that he feels like he deserves. So, I mean, it just depends on what he's willing to accept. I think Green Bay is the best fit. I think he ends up at the Saints, though.
All right. Mike, where's he going?
Well, Kansas City's the best fit. Or no, Kansas City is where I think I'm thinking he ends up. Again, Tyreek Hill seeing all this crazy coverage. And again, after losing Sammy Watkins, it's just weird how defenses have shifted. Mahomes struggling or not. But to me, the one team that I don't know, and they wouldn't put up with his antics in the locker room either, but it would be so phenomenal. My AFC champions in the preseason, Eric, the Buffalo Bills. You imagine him on the other side of Diggs, Beasley in the slot, Sanders, those two running backs, and then you get Knox back, your tight end. Dude, the Bills would walk away with the AFC because Josh Allen would get him the ball with that big arm. To me, Buffalo would be the most phenomenal fit.
All right, John Shear. John, we can't hear you for some reason.
Oh, I'm sorry. By the way, I wanted to throw this little stat out there. There's a rookie offensive lineman on the Colts that has more touchdowns than Julio Jones and Odell Beckham combined this year. Just let that sink in.
So you're saying he's going to the Colts? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just wanted to throw that stat out there because I thought that was fun. I think the Seahawks make a lot of sense. If the Seahawks can sign him, they need another legit weapon. Tyler Lockett is very inconsistent. He's a good receiver, but he disappears in games like Russell Wilson disappears in the middle of the season. When healthy, he has his lulls. That's why he's never got an MVP vote. They need another receiver. Not that I believe in OBJ because it's been 5 years since he's actually been relevant. So he's not going to be relevant anywhere he goes anyway. But if we're talking about hypothetically, then Seattle makes the most sense because DK Metcalf is getting a lot of coverage. Tyler Lockett's not taking that double coverage away from DK Metcalf. Right now, Metcalf, even with Wilson, wasn't playing as good as we had hoped he would play. So you need somebody to take coverage off of DK Metcalf. You have to. Lockett is nice, but he's inconsistent. He's a smaller guy. OBJ can take the top off and give DK Metcalf room to run. So that's why I think it makes the most sense. And Russ they need to help Russ out. Like, I know he's got some weapons receiving game, but man, they need to help that guy out. When healthy, like, I feel like they don't do enough.
Russ needs an offensive line, John.
Eric,
Man,
didn't he say he wanted to go
you
to
just
a
said
They
that
need a
Russ.
defense too.
You just said that Russ disappears. Now you're saying they need to help him out.
He
Come
does
on,
disappear.
man.
That's why I've said this for years. The reason he's never gotten an MVP vote is he plays great in the beginning of the season for the first 4 or 5 games. Then he disappears for the middle of the season. He has these games where they lose 16-9, games like that where they should be winning and dominating teams, and he has weird games where it's
sometimes teams
105 yards.
adjust to you.
Then he comes back in the last 4 games. He starts lighting it up, but it's too late for the MVP race. That's my theory on why he's never gotten an MVP vote.
Yeah, well,
Well,
Not a great quarterback,
Your theory about OBJ going there. He said he wants to go to a playoff contender. They're not winning the West.
I didn't say they're
Newsflash.
winning the West.
Right, but they might not even make the playoffs.
You don't have to win
Even
the
if
West
they
to go to the
finish third.
Super Bowl.
Okay, even if they finish third, they might not go to the playoffs. Look how the South is. I said there could be.
It's
3
not
teams
hard to
in the
finish
West.
third when the Niners are terrible.
Yeah, and there could. I said 3 teams, but
Might wanna
okay,
look-
finish
might wanna
third.
look
They
at
might
that.
not go
Might
because
wanna look
of
at that
the
AFC East.
I looked
Might
at
want to
you.
look at that. Might
There's
want to
only-
look at that AFC East.
Yeah.
Woo.
Oh yeah, I know. No, but look, there's only one team coming out of the East. We all know that. Sorry, Eric. I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm just stating facts. There's one team out of the East. There's
Duh.
2 definitely out of the West. Possibly now 2 out of the South. So that leaves no room for Seattle. And if they finish third behind the Rams and the Cardinals, who are better than them, top to
Right.
bottom roster,
Well, Mike,
OBJ's not
Hold
going
on.
there.
Mike, you only said 5 teams. You said 1 from the East, 2 from the South, and 2 from the West.
No, I'm saying no, but you
the
got
North-
the 4 division winners. You
Okay,
got 4 division
so
winners.
So,
so the Nor- so
one
there's
from the
4
North
division
and
winners.
1 from the East. You
One
got
north, south, east,
South.
west. That's 4. North, south, east, west. That's 4.
And then the 3
right?
wild card to be
right, but
It would-
Mike,
right?
hold on.
But Seattle's not the wild card right now. That's my point.
okay, but they could be.
there's
Oh,
3
they
wild
got
cards.
they got a lot of climbing to do.
But okay,
OBJ's
so,
not going there.
so you missed the show Monday night, and no, you didn't.
No, I
Because
didn't.
No, you didn't, because I asked you about who was riding high and who was sinking ship. Listen, this is my team. I think, and I'm very surprised no one said this. I think he should go to Baltimore.
I thought
You
you
got
were about to say the
Marquise
Eagles. I
Brown.
was about to leave.
You got Sammy Watkins.
They already got
What?
small receivers.
Well, listen, OBJ, Lamar Jackson. Come on, just give.
But
him
see, the
another
issue,
weapon.
my issue with that is, I don't know,
Yes.
man. I don't.
Yes.
Are you saying they
worry,
turn
I'll
him into
wait.
what Baker was, where he was forcing the ball?
No, I don't. I don't think that, man. I just think the criticism on Lamar, and I think most people's view of Lamar is that he can't throw the football. So
Well, he does throw the
if
football.
I'm
You're not
OBJ,
wrong.
I don't know why I'm that motivated. And I'm not saying Lamar can't throw the football because I know how I feel about Lamar.
Yeah.
But if I'm OBJ, I don't think I'm that motivated to go there. I just think the Green Bay situation, this makes the most sense. I honestly think he can go there, and he's not this person's talent. But I think if he goes there and everything's going good and he's motivated to win, I think he can have somewhat of a Randy Moss type revitalization of his career.
Okay. Let me ask
In-
Ty.
in-
Can I
in
ask
the-
you a question?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you take OBJ over Sammy Watkins?
Yeah.
Would you take OBJ over Rashad Bateman?
Yeah.
Would you take OBJ over Marquise Brown?
Yes.
Okay. So then,
Marquise Brown is faster,
if you
but
know
yeah.
going in, you gonna be wide receiver 1, and Lamar gonna get you the ball because you are his wide receiver 1. Why
Well,
does that
Mark
not make
Andrews is
sense?
his
But
wide
then I
receiver
know
one.
too, as a
No,
wide receiver.
Mark Andrews is a tight end.
But
I
then
don't
I
care.
know
I
too,
don't-
as a wide receiver, I don't want my quarterback running around. I want him throwing me the daggone ball.
But okay, he doesn't have to run now.
I
that
don't
you
want him
add
back there running
OBJ
around.
into the mix.
Man,
If you
the way
add
their offense is
OBJ
set up,
into
he's always gonna run.
Okay. All right.
He's been throwing the ball, man. What are you
He
talking
has,
about?
but the way how many yards he run for
But
last
what
week?
he's saying is it's a running scheme.
Well,
Except to
Eric's
run
got
the
a good
ball.
point there. I say Buffalo would be amazing with him because Josh
Oh,
Allen
listen.
throws the ball to everybody.
Green Bay is a great spot. Buffalo's a great spot. I can see him in Seattle. Seattle would be my second pick because I feel like Russ does need some help besides an offensive line. I got more faith in Tyler Lockett than you do, John, but we will agree to disagree. I just feel like Baltimore's on a ride right now, and you now throw a true wide receiver one, because Ty, you just said you would take OBJ over the currently constructed wide receivers that the Baltimore Ravens have.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson has ran for 120 yards last week.
Okay, so you know what? You give him another weapon, he ain't got to run 120
Right.
yards.
And what did he throw for?
I mean,
You don't have
Marquise
to.
Brown had 116 yards receiving. I'm just saying, but he ran for 120.
Okay, but he
That's-
won't have to if you give him
He
another
ran
weapon.
for more than any of his receivers had receiving.
All right. You know what? We're going to take another break. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, these next two conversation pieces might be a little sensitive for y'all, but we're going to get into them more with the sports arena in just a moment.
Ball gets out pretty well. So does Rodgers. Come next to him. Ward once again to the sideline.
At Fusion Sport, we're all about driving human performance. We develop and support a range of technologies all designed to assist people to be their best. Smarterbase is used by hundreds of elite sporting organisations across the globe, and more recently has been used by the military and performing arts as well.
Our Smarterbase technology has at the heart of it an integrated and connected philosophy. What's different about Smarterbase is that it's truly flexible and self-engineerable. That really puts the power into our customers' hands, and it allows them to use it in unique ways that perhaps we haven't even thought of.
Between ourselves and the rest of the field, but here comes Jemmy Stone.
Welcome back into the sports arena. The whole entire crew is here. We had to get Mike off the screen. I'm tired of looking at Cowboys fans. I love you, Megan, though. I do, but you know. All right. So, like I said, these next two topics, they're a little on the off the field, a little off sensitive sides, but we got to talk about them. You know what I mean? And the first one that I want to bring up is the whole Dalvin Cook situation. It was reported that Dalvin Cook was being assaulted, or he was pepper sprayed by his ex, who is a first sergeant, U.S. military sergeant. But now she is accusing Adam Schefter of ESPN for malpractice, for how he handled the situation. He has come out and admitted, Adam Schefter has, that he did not get the whole story, and that was his bad on his part. But we're seeing more, and we're hearing more, and we're getting a chance to see behind the curtain, if you will. We're getting these text messages that are coming in. But I just want to get everybody's thoughts on this, and of course, I'm going to start with our Queen of Hoop, Miss Megan Price, about this because, listen, domestic abuse is not something to joke about. It is not something that we take lightly. I am of the mindset, and this is because I am a man, that I have to get all the facts before I pass judgment on either party. But how this is playing out, it looks like, in my opinion, currently, I feel they're both in the wrong. But I know that he is probably going to be the one, if in fact what the text message is, and if it comes out that he is the abuser, he's going to be vilified. We already know this. But Megan, I want to hear from you on this.
I agree. There's more facts that we need to know before we can really even pass judgment on the situation. She's accusing him of assault and battery and false imprisonment. He said directly that he is going to wait for the facts to come out, and that will clear everything up, and that he's not in the wrong. And that's something that I can respect. When somebody says, hey, when all this comes out, I'm fine. Let the investigation happen. When it comes out, you guys will see. And that's something I can respect. But I also want to say I'm in no way victim shaming or anything like that. And like you said, Schefter came out and apologized because the way he reported it, I'm not exactly sure what he said other than I think he was trying to say that that Dalvin was trying to blackmail her in some form, and that was incorrect. We'll just see how it plays out. I hate to give any type of judgment on it until we know anything, but I do respect the fact that he said he wants the facts to come out, and that will go in his favor.
Ty, as a fellow black man when this situation comes down, you know, we are put under a microscope because, you know, we've seen it time and time again where a black man has assaulted someone and immediately before we are even judged, we are sentenced. And so I definitely want to hear from you about this and just, you know, you're I don't want a knee-jerk reaction, but I want to know what you're thinking.
Like you said, man, this is one of the toughest things. Obviously, you know, I have a mom, I have sisters, I have a wife, and I might soon be having a daughter. So I 100% get it. It's tough, man, because I've been in so many situations, and like I was saying earlier, I've been in a lot of situations to where if things would have went this way or that way, I wouldn't be here today. You know what I mean? Or I wouldn't be on this side of the wall, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So, I mean, you know, and you see so many situations where, especially when these guys are famous, you see so many situations where people do say stuff, but then it's a lot of times where some of these guys did stuff and then nothing really happens. So, you know, it's tough, man, because, you know, the last thing you want is for someone to be in jail or someone to go down for something they didn't do. But I mean, if they did do it, then, you know,
throw the book at them.
To a certain extent, they
that's
deserve what comes. Yeah.
Right. Again, I go back to what we said to start the show with the whole first situation with Aaron Rodgers. Take accountability. And I feel that he's doing that. John, on the outside looking in, tell me how you feel about this, sir.
Well, so I was looking it up, and I thought so. Dalvin Cook was accused of accused of hitting a woman back in 2015 when he was at Florida State. He was accused of that. I don't know what came of that case, but he was accused of hitting a woman, punching her in the face. From what I was reading, he was accused of it. I don't know what came about that. But so this is apparently not the first alleged incident that he's been involved in when it comes to this type of stuff. This is the second one that I know of that he's apparently been involved in. So it seems there could be a pattern. I mean, I don't know the facts of this one that just came out, I believe, the other day, but it seems that there could be a pattern because, I mean, that potentially happened, this potentially happened. We don't know the facts. So to me, whenever I see this stuff, where there's smoke, there's fire, and it raises a red flag whenever you start to see things happen again and again when somebody's involved in something. And sounds like a he said, she said. I saw the pictures of the woman, and apparently, from what I had read, these the pictures were sent in for the police report. So the police apparently have those photos. So I don't believe they were photoshopped. I don't believe that somebody altered them. If the police have them, and chances are they know whether or not they're fake. So I don't know the facts, but I mean,
they didn't file charges, and the NFL said it's a civil matter. So that's
everything is alleged to me. You know, everything's alleged, so I'm not going to say somebody did something either way. Like you, Eric, I like to let the facts come out. But you know, I mean, if he did do it, you know, he deserves all the punishment. I'm obviously completely against the domestic violence, whether she did it or he did it. Either way, it's wrong. And I mean, there's not much more I can say because there's not facts yet. I don't know the facts, and I don't want to say he did it or she. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to accuse either side. But I'm very disappointed in Cook if that's what he did. And I lost a lot of respect if that's what he did because, you know, I'm a big fan of his game. I love his game. But like Aaron Rodgers, and it's a different situation. But, you know, I don't care what you do on the court, on the field, whatever. If you do this type of stuff, I don't care if you're my favorite player on my team or whatever, then I lose the respect for you. And you ain't getting that back. That's just how I feel.
No, and you're absolutely
long story short.
and you're absolutely right. And I 100% agree with you. I appreciate who he is as a player. You know, when he was draft night and potentially being drafted, he fell into Philly's lap, and unfortunately we passed on him. Shocker. That's what we do. We pass on great players. But aside from that, you know, when things like this happen, I got to get all the facts, only because being under that microscope, and I'm not on the level that a Dalvin Cook is on, but we do share the same skin tone. And I know what that feels like to constantly people are finding ways to ruin your success. People are finding ways to see what they can, to your point, Ty, look in your closet, dig up on you, see what they can find to prove that you are not on the level that other people are on. So we'll leave it at that. I'm going to take one last break, come back. One more topic we got to talk about here tonight on the Sports Arena. Be right back. And we're back. Hey, Ty, I got a quick question I've been meaning to ask you, man, about your little video right there. Was y'all hot in them sweatsuits, boy, walking around? Because you was the only one just standing there like, all right, hurry up and do this, because I'm trying to get out.
Nah, it was like fall, winter, like type weather. That's why you see we all had on hoodies and sweatshirts. It was like we did it like early in the morning. We did the photo shoot probably like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. in the morning. So, and then we did that part that you see there probably like 10. So, you know, here in North Carolina, and I know this ain't sunny Florida, but here in North Carolina, man, you know, sometimes in February, March, you get three what's the names in one day. You get 3 seasons in one day. So like for instance, today, it was 40 degrees this morning. So, you know, it was 40 degrees this morning. So at work, I'm outside. I have to wait on the kids to get off the bus.
Right.
I'm freezing. I got gloves on. I got, you know, I'm cold.
Are you sure it's not Pennsylvania? Because it sounds a lot like Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, by 1 o'clock, like I had like an undershirt under my regular shirt. Man, by 1 o'clock, I'm in just a shirt. I mean, you could literally have shorts on because it's 80 degrees.
Okay,
and
so that's why James was bouncing around because he was just trying to stay warm.
Yes, I mean, yeah, it was pretty chilly, but like right now it's 53 degrees. So right now it's going back to cold.
Did y'all coordinate your moves, or was like everybody just doing whatever they?
Nah, we just did whatever we wanted to do.
Okay.
The guy that does it, Micah, he was just like walk and have like a casual conversation. That's why if you see the long version of the video, you can see me and Avery arguing, but I don't think we put that.
That would have been great.
I was just arguing with
the
Avery
show
in the
really
comments
well.
about something.
Oh yeah, Avery's like Megan. He sees you with your say it again shirt every Tuesday 8:30. So
yeah,
okay,
it was cold though.
All right, I just had to ask because I was like Ty just standing there like he's like Mr. Big Stoic guy, and then you know Chuck walking like Chuck.
Man, that's a lot that happened today. I forgot my shoes.
Oh no,
my wife had to bring my shoes. It's a lot that happened, man. So, but we had fun though. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to my guy Micah, man. You know, he Micah Turner. He the one that did all the video for. We'll probably be doing another video pretty soon. So
awesome. That's great, man. All right, so this last topic. Oh, you know, when 2 teams that you currently own both make it to their respective finals and they both lose, but still you generating revenue for yourself, and then it comes out that you're making homophobic, misogynistic, racist, sexist comments. You got pictures, just there's video making sexually explicit jokes at a memorial. I mean, how much longer do we got to put up with Robert Saber? That's my question. The Phoenix Suns and Sarver, excuse me, the Phoenix Suns / Mercury owner. Like, how long we got to put up with this man? Because it's just disgusting that a man with that much money feels that he can just basically walk around, excuse the expression, like his shit don't stink. You know what I mean? So I'm throwing it out there to y'all because it's just it's appalling to me.
Okay, so the video that just came out, right, was actually at one of his associates. He passed away, and the wife wanted to do a roast, right? Have y'all ever watched a roast on Comedy Central?
Yeah.
We all know how the roasts go. So for me, that's not the problem. It's what he does in the workplace that is the problem. I mean, literally, I'm going to read you what one of the executives said. The level of misogyny and racism is beyond the pale. This is one of the co-owners. It's embarrassing as an owner. And then another one said, there's literally nothing you could tell me about him from a misogynistic or a race standpoint that would surprise me. When you're at that level, I mean, you got to be put out. I don't know if we're going to see a similar situation like we saw in LA with the Clippers, like players refusing.
You have to. I mean, if he got ousted, then why shouldn't this guy?
He absolutely should be ousted for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely time to go. And the video that came out today, it doesn't bother me because even the wife came out and said, you know, he kept it with the taste of what was going on at that time. Roasts are like that. I mean, go watch the roast of Hugh Hefner. I mean, there's tons of stuff like this that is said. Obviously,
as long as your work employees aren't they're not necessarily involved, because once you start having the work employees involved, it gets a little bit dicey.
True.
Because even if you're out of work, when you start, you know, you're always representing your company. You know, whenever I was a firefighter, any job I've worked at, they always said, it doesn't matter if you're off the clock or not. You're always representing your company here and there. So
right.
If he was making comments towards an employee outside of the workplace, that's still not right. But I get what you're saying with the roast. But I did want to throw that out there because it's still, you know what I mean? Because when you get back to the workplace, if you make a sexist comment or whatever at a roast and then you get back to the workplace, that still sticks with that employee.
True.
So that's
true.
just
that's
kind of how I see
that
it.
part. I didn't think about that part. But my biggest problem is what he does in the workplace. He's been known to actually say the N-word because of when Golden State put them out of the playoffs in 2016. He said, I heard Draymond Green saying it all on the court, so I'm just going to say it, and I'm going to say it and say it and say it. And there was another owner that is Hispanic and African American, and he was like, you can't say that. And he was like, oh, why can't I? Draymond Green says it.
that right there. I will be very transparent since we're talking about skeletons. If this was 15 years ago, I'd have came out my mouth would have been like, all right, say it to my face right now. Just come on, say it. Just please, come on, say it. You can say it. You want to say it right to me.
It wouldn't have had been 15 years ago for me, maybe a couple years ago.
I'm saying, if you say it to me, I'm going to knock you in your throat. But see, now the more mature me is, well, why do you feel you can say that? Like, because he said that. Okay, so, and we're not going to get political here. It's very apparent to me that the accountability piece, I think, is what is missing. And I understand that these are businesses and they're owners. And, you know, Adam Silver has to, I think, in my opinion, at some point, make something happen, because players are affected, people are affected. And I understand that businesses are going to suffer. But again, if this man is not held accountable for his actions and for his comments, you asked Ty about, you know, why do we hold Aaron Rodgers to a certain level? Well, I'm holding Robert Sarver to this same level. You are the owner of not one, but two professional sports teams.
But but this is my thing, man.
Sure.
And I know I keep backtracking.
No, it's fine.
I still want to know what's in the 500,000 emails.
Oh, listen, we all do.
Because the issue is this: whatever John Gruden was saying, right, and he's not right for what he was saying. Somebody was responding to him.
Oh yeah,
somebody was saying
somebody took it out on John Gruden.
But that's what I'm saying. But
yeah,
I'm pretty sure some owners or whoever he was talking to, Dan Snyder, I don't know, whoever he was talking to, I'm pretty sure they were saying some things back.
But he was saying it to the GM, correct?
He doesn't have to deal with those female refs anymore. How is that? How's your Sunday going without them female refs?
He was talking to the GM of the Washington football team
Bruce
at that
Allen.
time. Is
Bruce
that
Allen.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he was talking to Bruce Allen, but
Yeah.
I mean, they said they had emails to everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
heck, I wouldn't send nothing through no daggone company email.
No,
But,
that's stupid.
But
they took a page from Hillary.
But I mean, it's crazy, man. You know, if you went through how many teams is in the NBA? 30?
30, yes.
I'm pretty sure we broke down all 30 owners, man. Probably only a few of them wouldn't be racist. So that a lot of this stuff just doesn't really surprise me, man. Like it's getting to the point and it's getting bad to where when stuff comes out, I'm not phased. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like,
But see,
But that's such.
we
Go on,
can't
Eric.
be
I'm sorry.
Todd, we can't be numb to that.
No, I'm not
Yeah,
saying.
thank
I'm not, but what I'm saying, no, I'm not saying what he did isn't right. I'm not saying that. But what I'm
Right.
saying is, it's just that I
You're
relate
not
everything back
surprised
to
by it.
I
If for
relate
you, it's just
everything
another
back
day
to
at
the
the office.
restaurant,
No,
to
but-
the restaurant business. And I know how some people are just so. Some people have this circle, right? And that's all they really know. Like it's a lot of things that people came to me and asked me, and I'm like, how the hell could they not know this? Like,
But-
I had a high up person at Waffle House come to me and ask me, what's a posse? Like, what's an entourage? What is that? And I told them what it was, and they said, like, man, I'm talking about a high up person. I'm not talking about I'm talking about somebody that's over 100 stores. And they said, well, what's a posse or entourage? And I told them what it was, and they said, like, that's a real thing. Like, people hang around, and I said, yeah. I don't know. Why were they asking me? I don't know. I'm just putting it out there.
I mean,
I put that on my life that someone came to me and asked me that, and I was like, I mean, at the time I didn't really think much of it, but I've heard a lot of backdoor or backroom conversations, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but
And some of the verbiage I heard in those conversations lets me know that if I wasn't in that room, it might have been a couple other words used. That's why stuff like this, when I hear it, I'm like, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm not, when you get a bunch of 50, 60-year-old white men in the same room, I'm pretty sure this is how they talk.
And it's not right. And kind of like to Eric's point of what he was saying, I think, is he's not saying that you think it's right or anything. It's we shouldn't be numb to this. When we see people getting attacked or fan fights happening, we shouldn't just sit there and record it. When the Henry Ruggs thing happened, why was there somebody across the street just sitting there recording it? Like, hey, I'm gonna get clout. Let me record this and I'm gonna go post it on the internet. You see somebody burning in a car and your first reaction is to record it and post it on the internet. That's your reaction. That shouldn't be your reaction. Your reaction should be, I'm running over there and I'm going to go help however I can. Yeah, maybe you're not jumping in a burning car, but maybe you should check on Henry Ruggs and his girlfriend. Maybe you should check on them. At least something instead of just sitting there, hey, I'm going to get clout today. My video is going to go all over the world because, that's the world we live in.
They saw what kind of car it was, and they knew it was probably somebody famous.
Yeah,
Like,
but
that's what it
we
was.
shouldn't be doing that in any situation where where we're numb to it. Like that's a problem in
this
our
day and age
society.
is different. People grab
I
their
know.
phone before they grab anything else.
Sure.
And
That's why I don't have a problem with cancel culture, because it's just accountability.
I don't have a problem with cancel. I don't have a problem with cancel culture, but when it comes like you said, like, I'm not defending nobody, but when it comes to a roast, come on now.
And that's why I said at a roast, she said he kept with the theme of it. And so, but I understand what you're saying, John, that, if he said something about someone that was in the workplace,
You got to know that there might be ramifications.
Right. No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because think about it, Megan. If you're an employee in the workplace and you go to your boss's roast or whatever, like say hypothetical, CEO's there and he roasts you and he says something bad about you. When you guys work together, it's not like that comment goes away.
No, I agree.
I
that was something that I had not thought about, and I agree.
Yeah. It's not like that ever goes away in your mind. You always, when you see him, are going to remember that comment, even if it was part of a roast.
Absolutely, for sure.
And that's not something you should have to live with.
All right, we're gonna go down this rabbit hole at a later time. I I wanted to talk about these topics tonight. I want to thank y'all for getting on here. Listen, we could go another hour just having this conversation about, but that's not the sports arena. We focus on the sport. We bring up these topics because they are a part of the world that we are getting ourselves and immersing ourselves in. And we want to make sure that conversations like this are continually being had. But again, before we get off here tonight, I want to say first and foremost, thank you to Mike, Ty, John, and Megan for being on as always. As I said, either Monday night on the Sports Arena or last night on Sideline Sports, just give y'all a little taste. I will say this, the Justice League is forming, and just stay tuned because it's fitting to pop off here sooner rather than later. But I want to take a moment and honor and recognize tomorrow. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. And I want to say thank you from all of us for those who have served in this great country, for those who have fought for our freedom, and for those who have fought to keep us the best country in the entire world. We thank you.
Can I shout out my brother real quick?
Please.
He's my favorite veteran. Chris Price served in the Army for 15 years, I believe. My favorite veteran.
And shout out to my wife. She's a veteran as well. So
Love that.
Shout out to our boy Alex Fleming, because tomorrow is 1 month since we lost our brother. And I just wanted to shout that out because, you point out the 11th, and the 11th popped up in my mind, and I'm a dates person, so I remember dates, and I just had to bring that up.
No, of course. And I have several family members. I have a cousin who served in the Navy. I have two very close friends of mine. They're actually my barbers, Dawn and Eric. Eric was in the Marines. Dawn was in the Coast Guard. And I always call them and thank them, besides going to see them to get, tightened up. But they have just been amazing. And to everybody who, is a veteran or is still in the armed forces, we just want to say thank you for what you do, because we understand it is truly a thankless job, and you are putting your life on the line and sacrificing a lot to keep us free. So we do appreciate that. With that, we're going to end the show tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Like I said, apologies. Sean Merriman will be on the show talking about his Lights On Foundation. So please stay tuned for that. But for Megan, for John, for Ty, for Mike, and your man, Eric Wilson, Sports Arena, we are out. We'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.